my babies and I had my first kiss. I've walked down Main Street in the cold morning mist. Over there is where I bought my first car. It turned over once, but then it never went far. And I can see the sun setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town.
Hi, welcome to Our Town. I'm Jill Lawrence, and I'm very pleased to be here today with two King Philip High School seniors who are part of the KP Cares program, and it is a community service project that they've developed. So here's introduced Megan Connor and Rachel Palumbo, and they are King Philip High students, and they're going to tell us about their organization that they're involved with called DECA. Rachel, would you tell us what DECA is?
Sure. DECA is an organization at the King Philip High School that allows juniors and seniors to be involved in the entrepreneurship world before we get out into the real world. Okay. So what we do is we focus on business and retail marketing in class, and we're able to apply those skills at conferences at the district, state, and hopefully national level. Okay, great.
So it's an elective class that you had mentioned, but it also has a community service part and a competition side. Would you tell us a little bit about the competitions?
Sure. The competitions are what take place at the district, state, and national level, and they're what we call conferences, and we go and we compete with a project that we have done either with a partner or alone. I'm working with Megan, and we will be competing at those conferences.
Okay, great. So now you have been working together for 6 months, you said? About that. So to back up a little bit, tell us about the first couple projects you've done, and then we'll come right up to this current project that we're talking about.
Well, our project is KP Cares, and it really started last year in March when we found out that our 8th grade French teacher was diagnosed with T-cell lymphoma.
A type of cancer.
Yes, a type of cancer. And we really, really wanted to do something to help him because he's given so much to the community, and we really wanted to show him that he's made a difference not only in our lives, but in everybody else's lives. So we came up with the idea to sell silicone wristbands, which are kind of like the Livestrong wristbands, and have them say KP Cares on them, so that's kind of where we got the name KP Cares.
Oh, that was the beginning.
That was really the beginning.
Oh, great.
And so we ordered 900 of them with the financial help from the class of 2014, and I'm actually the secretary for the class of 2014. So it was great to see already community involvement just from the beginning, and we sold them at the middle school where the teacher taught and at the high school, and within 1 week we were able to sell all 900 of them. Wow. And with donations and with selling them for $1 each, we were able to raise $1,040, wow, which was amazing.
Yeah, so over $1,000 and you donated that money to a cancer research foundation.
We actually split the donation in half because we really, really wanted to do something to help his family, but they were very like, no, we don't want to donate it. So we kind of came to a compromise and said, well, we're going to donate half of it to the Jimmy Fund because his doctor had worked with Dana-Farber for 12 years, and they're in partnership with the Jimmy Fund. And then the other half we used to buy Stop and Shop gift cards to help his family out at mealtime.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's it's so touching to hear. I mean, you're both juniors, high school juniors, right? So, I mean, this is, you've made such a difference in people's lives already. So going from that first initial service project, what is the next one, Rachel, that you did?
The next project we worked on was an event called the Relay for Life, and it's run by the American Cancer Society. Okay. And what we did was we comprised a team of 17 members under co-captains Megan Connor and Kaylee Connor, and we walked for cancer to raise money.
Okay, how far did you walk?
I think it ended up being over 150 miles collectively, the whole team.
Right, because it's a 24-hour
event.
Constant
cancer
relay.
Never sleeps. Yeah,
because cancer never sleeps. Okay, great. So that was another project, and then does that bring you up to this next one, this current one? Okay.
Kind of at the end of last year, we had said that we wanted to work together, and we were definitely both looking at the community service category. And so we decided we were going to continue this and kind of serve as the CEOs for KP Cares. So this year we were very, very fortunate to be able to kind of start not necessarily a pilot club because we don't have an advisor, we don't have funds to pay for that, but hopefully next year we will, crossing my fingers. So we were able to start KP Cares Club, so throughout this current year we're going to hopefully do a bunch of projects with that, and then we've already done one, and then right now we are currently working on KP Cares packages.
Okay, great.
A past event that we did was Paint the School Pink, which we did this October to raise breast cancer awareness.
But October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And we raised a total of $267 for the Dana-Farber Institute.
Oh, again to Dana-Farber. Oh, that's great. Okay. So you know what might be great before we talk about the newest, your most recent community service project, is just to talk a little bit about community service as an aspect of a high school education, because for a lot of people, you know, that wasn't part of their high school education. So maybe talk about kind of what, you know, how you got into this type of community service, and a little bit about what you're trying to accomplish in your service hours before you apply to college and go away to school.
I mean, we've both been involved in community service for a while. We were both Girl Scouts, so I think my love of community service kind of started there, and we did something similar. We sent Girl Scout cookies overseas to troops, so that's kind of essentially the same thing, I guess.
Yeah,
a little
but that
different.
was the birth, like kind of the beginning of, yeah.
So we've always been involved in that. But at KP, community service is not required to graduate like it is at some other schools. But I think when you go to college, they're really looking for, you know, do you go the extra mile? What are you doing that differentiates yourself from, you know, somebody else? And I think community service definitely, you know, sets you apart from everybody else. Okay. And especially this type of stuff.
And I also feel like even though some colleges, it looks good on college applications, it's so self-fulfilling to be able to help others, and it's kind of rewarding, and it's very rewarding, and that's why I enjoy it so much, and that's why we enjoy helping the community in every way we can. Yeah,
I can see that this is not going to end when you graduate from King Philip. I mean, it's, which is just great. So, okay, that gives us a little bit of background, and it seems, too, that in order to be in certain, like National Honor Society consideration and some other considerations, community service is required, right? Even though it's not required for graduation from King Philip, it's required for a lot of other types of organizations. So this is great. So you have branded this name KP Cares, right? That is your entrepreneurial idea. And so how did you work together to come up with KP Cares packages?
I had actually written a story, I think, last year, and one of the guys was stationed overseas, and I was kind of like, you know, maybe care packages something, and she actually kind of had some coincidental stuff that, you know, went along with care packages too.
Yeah, it's definitely ironic how this all came together, because early on I had actually sang for a Purple Heart ceremony in 5th grade, and also for Fallen Soldier Kennedy in the Freeman Kennedy School.
You sang?
Yeah, for Sergeant Kennedy. And I also sang for like a Veterans Day assembly at the school, and I wrote a 6th grade story on a soldier who came home for Christmas, and I think we showed early signs of this interest in helping the troops. So.
Right. Since you can remember, really, if you think about it, because you guys are 16 roughly, that we've been involved in some sort of international conflict, right? Because, you know, since going all the way back to when you were little, really little. So so the Veterans Day was just last week. So did you try to time it? Was that part of the timing of doing this for near Veterans Day, or?
I actually didn't really realize it at first, but then kind of as we progressed, we were kind of like, oh yeah, Veterans Day, it's kind of good timing for this all to be happening. So I think the way that it's fallen into place has really been amazing, and kind of weird in a way how everything's just worked out so far.
And you both had this idea separately, almost. You kind of and then discussed it together. I mean, you both involved. Well, you're both involved in Girl Scouts, and you did a little bit there. So now let's really talk about this program and what you've done already, and then what's ahead for mailing out the packages.
Previously, we have done fundraisers and to raise money for the items that are going in the packages.
Okay, which you want to tell us about the items? Which items? Yeah.
Sure, we are going to include chapstick, tissues, handy wipes, granola bars, some drink flavoring things,
entertainment, like books and crossword puzzles. Sports Illustrated, they like those.
Right.
Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, just kind of like the essentials.
Right, so some toiletries, but also some nice, like more luxury items.
Yeah,
I
some
guess,
things
Sports
that remind them of home.
Yeah. Oh, so you're really going across the. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's neat. We recently contacted the Patriots, and they sent us a package of items that we could include in our packages of posters, pocket schedules, bumper stickers, pencils, some neat Patriots-themed items.
Oh, good. All right, so kudos to them for responding.
Yes, absolutely.
And so that'll be part of it too. So you're trying to raise money to actually buy these items and then and put together. I mean, it sounds like a true care package with all these different things. And then what's the other piece with the? I know I have a packet of. You showed me a folder of letters here. Do you want to talk about those too?
Starting in September, we went around to the different elementary schools because we really felt that involving the younger members of the community was important because they're going to grow up to be the older members of the KP community. So it's really important to start community service young. So the first school that we went to was the Jackson School in Plainville, and we asked the students to write a letter basically saying, just kind of what's going on back here. Thank you for protecting us. And after the Jackson School, we went to the Freeman Kennedy School, who they named after the fallen soldier, Sergeant
Adam Kennedy.
Yep. And then we just went the other day to Wrentham Elementary, and we've asked all the schools to do the same thing, write letters, and even the middle school, the King Philip Middle School too. So we asked them to write letters, and the turnout has been amazing. And the letters are just so sweet. And I mean,
Megan and I have been emotionally moved
definitely
so much by these letters. I mean, the kids are so young, and they have no idea what their words mean to the people receiving them. And I think that's the best part.
Right, yeah, because they're writing from their heart, I guess. Well, we might read a few of them in a few minutes. But so maybe now tell us about, so you're raising money, funds, to buy all of those care package items. You have 3 different schools, hopefully maybe 4 schools, writing letters and notes, just general to any soldier, right, serving our country. And then how will you sort of put them together? Like, what's your next step? And I know you're raising some more money as part of it too. So kind of talk about that part, how people can contribute that might see this, be watching this show, and also how, like, what your dates are about putting them together and where you're going to mail them out to.
Well, some past fundraisers we have done, we called it Stuck for a Buck, where we actually taped our vice principal and our principal to the wall, along with 2 other teachers.
You taped them to the wall?
Yes, not kidding.
And they stayed.
Oh, good. Duct tape?
Yep.
Okay. It's very neat. Yeah, we had students pay $1 for a yard of duct tape, and then they could either duct tape them themselves or we would do it for them. And with enough duct tape, they actually 2 of the 4 stuck to the wall.
Okay. So 2 of the 4 did. And what good sports. That's great.
Very
good sports about
awesome.
it. Okay, so that was one fundraiser.
And then the other fundraiser that we're currently in the midst of doing, is we're selling these magnets for $1. We sold them at Open House, and
at the high school.
At the high school, and we're actually going to be selling them during the Thanksgiving game, King Philip versus Franklin. Okay. So
Football.
If anybody's going to be there,
we'll
be there.
Excellent. So just little magnets for your fridge. Great.
Support our troops on them.
Right. Yeah. Those are pretty. So so those are a couple ways you're raising, and you need money basically in order to buy the items. And then how about shipping? Is that part of your cost?
Shipping is relatively expensive. We figured out that it was $13.15 per box to send over, and we are looking at. I think we have 119.
We'll be serving 118 soldiers.
118 individuals.
With somewhere between 30 and 50 packages.
Okay.
So shipping is going to be a little expensive.
It's
so
going to be
we
somewhere
definitely
close
need
to
help with that.
Collectively, it should be somewhere around $600 for shipping.
Okay, $600. Okay, yeah. So and then plus purchasing the items. Now, I know you said APO addresses. You told me initially. What different countries? Where are you sending them out to, or do you know?
Mainly in the Middle East. I know we have a few. I think it's a battalion in Afghanistan, and then our DECA teacher, actually, he has a brother-in-law over there, and I think he's in Afghanistan too, but it's mainly the Middle East area.
Okay. All right, so mainly the Middle East, which is, I guess, where a lot of our troops are right now. Great. So, so this is what is your date like? Going forward? Again, if people would like to contribute, we need like some information on where they could send a contribution to, and also what is your goal date to send the packages out?
Sure. Well, we'll be packing the packages, hopefully. We have a set date, December 1st, where we will be incorporating some members in the community who would like to help us package the care packages. We'll be taking inventory of items and other things and making sure that they're packaged properly, because it's a long trip and we want to make sure all the items get there.
Okay. Right, so packing them well. And then, go ahead.
We were told that we would need to send the packages by December 3rd in order to get them there for Christmas, which is our goal.
Right.
So that...
And such a cute, I know that KP Cares is something that the two of you, really, that's your project, that as, you know, in your years at King Philip High School, that that'll be your legacy. Yeah. And I love the fact that, that you can, so you've done KP Cares, this is your 4th event, because you've done the Relay for Life and the as well as the October breast cancer awareness, as well as contributing other in the spring you did that very initial fundraiser for your teacher, for your French teacher, and now you've changed. This new one is KP Cares Packages, which is just fits so well. So it's really a neat idea. Do you want to talk a little bit about the letters and how you're collecting those letters, and maybe we can even read a few of those from the elementary school kids in the Tri-Town area?
Well, like I said, we went around to the schools and we asked the students to write them and then put them in a box that was in the office, and we've gone and we've collected Freeman Kennedy and the Jackson. We haven't gotten Wrentham's yet.
Okay.
We haven't got the middle schools yet, but the ones that we do have are from Freeman Kennedy and
the Jackson. Yeah.
Okay, great.
We have well over 1,000.
1,000 letters.
It's unbelievable. Yeah,
wow.
This box is full.
Okay, so that's why the box is here to show everyone. That box is full of letters, and I understand you've pulled out some of your favorites here. Okay, great. So I just have to hold this one up because we're not going to use any names from the kids, but this one is just beautiful. I mean, just the artwork is just beautiful. And so if I can pass out a few, and you can read what the kids have written, because like you said, it's so touching that they're writing with their hearts, and they have no idea how what this is going to mean. So I'll give you a couple to start with.
This one says, "Dear Soldier, first I just wanted to thank you for protecting our nation. Second, I wanted to catch you up on what's going on in our country. If you're a sports person, you're lucky because I got all the info. The NHL is still in the lockout and the Patriots are doing pretty good, 4-3. They just had a big win against the Jets. It was a very good game. Finally, the sport I like most is basketball. I'm a Celtics fan, and although the season hasn't started yet, their preseason games are good. I'm still a little upset about my favorite player, Ray Allen, leaving for the Heat, but I'm still rooting for him."
Oh, that's sweet. So it's kind of like a little bit of current news from them.
That's neat, yeah. Mine says, "Dear Soldier, thank you for defending our country. I know if I was in your shoes, I couldn't do what you are doing right now in Iraq. Have you ever heard that quote, 'Do the best you can to the best of your ability'? Well, you're doing more than your best. You're risking your life for us, and the least I can do is send you this letter. So thanks a million, your friend."
Oh, wow. This is just a pretty one because it's got the USA.
And some of the writers of these letters were merely second graders, kindergartners, first graders, and so they said just short little messages and illustrations.
Right.
This one says, "Dear Soldier, thank you for all that you do. I love you. You help people. You are the best."
A couple more, yeah.
It says, "Dear Soldier, thank you for protecting our country. Keep smiling."
"Dear Soldier, thank you for fighting for our country and keeping us safe. I'm in 5th grade and it will soon be Halloween and I'm looking forward to trick-or-treating. I will be a vampire. We will be going on a walking tour in the Freedom Trail in Boston. 5th grade is very fun and I have a very nice teacher and very funny classmates. Did you know the Patriots won last Sunday? We got a whole new school and guess what it's named after? The soldier Adam Kennedy. Best wishes."
That's nice. It's when the kids worked on these in their classes, it seems like some of them, the older ones, the teacher said, tell them a little bit about what's going on. So here's another one, Rachel, for you.
Dear soldier, thank you for protecting our country. I can't believe somebody could be so brave to risk their lives to protect others. You have done an amazing job and keep up the good work. I am very grateful that there are amazing, brave soldiers protecting our country and helping out. Thank you very, very much.
That's nice. Okay. I just want, Megan, you to show this one because we got a couple like this where they made it into a card.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Suppose I think a whole class did these.
Okay.
They're a lot more creative than I am.
Yeah. Oh, and it's, look at the back.
Some of them even had like jokes on there, which I thought were neat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give you that one.
This one says, Dear American Hero, thank you for helping us fight in the Army and fight for the country. You have helped us. With a lot of stuff like protecting me and my family, you're awesome. Good luck on helping other people like how you helped me. And then it says, proud to be an American.
Yeah. Okay, you have one more.
Dear soldier, thank you for protecting the USA and risking your lives to protect us and for our freedom. You are my American hero. Because of you, I am proud to be an American.
Wow, I can see why when you were reading these, you must just...
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
these are really nice.
I think we cried.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine, you know, they're getting a care package and then getting a thank you like this. So great. And so really now, in the next 2 weeks, you want to get everything purchased and then get these and then make the packages. And you said you have some volunteers. Are they friends of yours or community, you know, friends in the community that are going to help?
We actually have KP Cares Community Service Club. So a lot of them, the people who are going to help us package, are members in the club. Also, some of the kids from the DECA chapter at the high school. We're going to send out an email to the elementary school because there have been teachers and kids who have said, you know, how can we help? What more can we do? So basically anybody that wants to help, you know, we need all the help we can get because it's a big undertaking.
Yes, it is. And how, tell me again, like in numbers, where you are with your goal to how much money you need to get this project mailed out.
Sure. We expect the total of money we are going to need to accomplish this entire project is going to be close to $1,500.
Okay, 1,500.
Yeah, we've collected about 3/4 of that, which is amazing.
3/4. That is amazing. Through the fundraisers you just mentioned, like Stuck for a Buck and taping the principal to the wall. Okay, so you've raised 3/4, 75% of that.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Excellent.
And then hopefully selling the magnets at the Thanksgiving game
Okay,
will
that's right.
we'll go a little more.
If you're at the
There.
KP, yeah.
Yes, if you're there, they're $1 each, and
Yeah.
we'd absolutely love any support we can get. Also, any donations can be sent to the high school
Okay.
at 201 Franklin Street, Wrentham.
Okay. All right. So send any donations, and it should be marked for KP Cares packages 201 Franklin Street, Wrentham, Massachusetts. Okay. Excellent. And then I think I just wanted you guys to sort of tell us a little bit more about what this means to you. And I know you had a quote, a Gandhi quote it's a really nice one for this project.
It's be the change that you wish to see in the world, and it's something that I've tried to live by for a while now. And I think that if you see something and you want to change something, you can do it if you have the willpower and determination to. Another one of my favorite quotes is "Vouloir c'est pouvoir," and it means if there's a will, there's a way. So I think that if you want to do something bad enough, you can do it with enough hard work and determination. And I think, this is KP Cares is kind of a shining example of that, because without, all the hard work that's gone into it and all the people who've helped us, it wouldn't be anything what it is today.
Yeah, the club, we definitely, there's an amazing team behind this club with, I think, up to 45 amazing members.
Members of the DECA
Absolutely.
organization.
And their dedication makes every event possible and successful.
Yeah.
And I think we're so excited to just have another achievement for KP Cares, and that's sending these care packages. And it's going to be so fulfilling when we hope we get some feedback and find out how we impacted some people.
Yeah. Wow, they made their holidays.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So the quote by Gandhi was, "Be the change that you want to see in the world."
Wish to see in the
that
world.
you wish to see in the world. Well, that's a nice one. Great. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad we were able to talk about, where if someone wants to make a donation, where to send that. And then the DECA organization, that was the other thing I thought to ask you was that, do you help with the other projects? I mean, how much back and forth do you do with support for each other's projects?
I think there's a really, really strong sense of,
Teamwork,
DECA family.
or DECA family, okay.
Going on in the chapter, and there's another team in community service. So we're trying to do as much as we can to help them out too, because as much as there's a little bit of competition between us, we want to see them succeed too, and we want to see everybody else do well. So, I mean, anything that we can do to help anybody else in the chapter is,
I think Megan took the words right out of my mouth. I think we all want everybody to advance as far as we possibly can, and there's certainly this family atmosphere where we're all just supporting each other, and I think it's going to be amazing at conferences when we're all rooting each other on to advance.
Right. And when is that competition, the very first one that you'll do for districts?
It's towards the end of January. I'm not exactly 100% sure of the date. And then States is in March, and then ICDC, which is the international conference, is in April.
April, okay. So it goes throughout the year. And this will be what you will present, the KP Cares packages.
KP Cares.
KP Cares, okay. And all of the different the projects you've done for the year prior. Got it. Okay. Oh, great. Well, again, it was both Rachel and Megan. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I wish you the best, and hopefully you'll get some added donations in, because I know you need a little bit more to get to your goal and then to put it all together. So I wish you the best in your competition in January, and you've just, it's so nice, I think, for people to see, like you used the word shining example, but to see a shining example of two high school students who really are making a difference in the world already, at such a young age, and really having, you have a greater vision, like a cause greater than yourselves. And I think that's just, it's really touching to see that. So thank you again for being here. Is there anything else that you want to add?
I actually would just like to add on a thank you to some of our sponsors that have helped us get as far as we have. The Norfolk Lions made a huge contribution to our funding, and I want to thank them quickly before we finish.
Okay, great. So the Lions, they're always there. Okay, well, thanks again, girls, and best of luck. What a great, great project. So for our town, this is Jill Lawrence. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
We'll go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die.